Was there a Minotaur in the Palace of Minos? In Greek mythology, there is a famous story of the Minotaur. It is said that at the southernmost end of the beautiful Aegean Sea lies a mysterious island called Crete. On this island ruled King Minos. During his reign, he faced a troubling situation. He had married a wife who had an illicit affair with a sacred white bull. To punish his wife, King Minos ordered an architect to build a labyrinth in the palace, one that no one could ever escape. He then imprisoned the queen within this labyrinth. Unexpectedly, the queen became pregnant and gave birth to a monster with the body of a man and the head of a bull, the Minotaur. The Minotaur had a taste for human flesh, so King Minos demanded that the Athenians send 7 boys and 7 girls every 9 years as sacrifices. Fortunately, Prince Theseus of Athens went to the island and killed the Minotaur, saving Athens from further disasters. After the Minotaur's death, the Palace of Minos quickly fell into decline, and its whereabouts were lost to history. Some people began to say, after all, it's just a myth. There can't really be a Minotaur. Thus, people came to believe that the Palace of Minos was a fictional structure. It wasn't until the late 19th century that clues about the palace began to emerge. In 1882, British archaeologist Arthur Evans visited German archaeologist Heinrich Schliemann, who had gained fame for uncovering the ancient city of Troy from Greek mythology. This meeting greatly inspired Evans, as he learned about the Mycenaean civilization for the first time. Evans was excited. People thought Troy didn't exist, but Schliemann unearthed it, proving the myths to be accurate. So perhaps the Palace of Minos really did exist. Driven by this thought, he applied to the Turkish government, which controlled Crete at the time, for permission to excavate, but his request was denied. Undeterred, Evans traveled to Athens, where he spent 10 years exploring. He eventually discovered some strange symbols, which experts told him originated from Crete. Convinced he had found evidence of the Mycenaean civilization, he reapplied to the Turkish government. This time, Evans's application was approved. In March 1900, the Palace of Minos finally emerged from beneath the ruins of Knossos on the northern part of the island. Evans didn't believe in the existence of the labyrinth that housed the Minotaur. He thought that King Minos, being notoriously cruel, likely had many enemies and thus might have built an impregnable fortress. But until the excavation was complete, no one could definitively deny the Minotaur's existence. Perhaps the myth was true after all. Under Evans's leadership, the archaeological work progressed methodically. Various halls, corridors, staircases, the king and queen's chambers, and the religiously significant hall of the double axes were revealed. Evans ultimately found that while there was no labyrinth under the palace, making the Minotaur a myth, the palace's complex structure was remarkable. It seemed randomly arranged, but was actually a carefully crafted, organically designed entity. The builders had indeed put considerable effort into its construction. Evans drew a floor plan of the site, revealing a maze of rooms and passages, each with its own function and unique shape. The palace's location on hilly terrain further diversified the room structures. Additionally, the incorporation of courtyards for ventilation and lighting added to the palace's complexity. Despite this, the various floors and passages connected seamlessly, forming a closed, labyrinth-like entity. The palace had once been destroyed by a major earthquake, but the Minoans rebuilt it into a grander and more beautiful structure. Sadly, around 1500 BCE, the Minoans mysteriously abandoned this magnificent palace, leading to the rapid disappearance of Minoan culture into the annals of history, a truly regrettable loss.